Guys, deluded, one thing that's always annoyed me, and I've said it a lot, Xhaka is not a defensive mid. Stop comparing him to these other guys that are more in charge of breaking down play and things like that. He's not a defensive mid. I use the term defensive mid lightly because we know with Kante, he's not even a defensive mid in my opinion. He's more box to box, but on paper, he breaks down play and things like that. And we know football fans and fans in general, they get too hung up on these technical terms, or if you're a DM in this and that and the other. But yeah, if you guys know what I'm talking about when I say defensive mid. Let's not get technical when we talk about these fans that say defensive mid. Xhaka is not defensive mid. We've heard all sorts of nonsense from fans, Arsenal fans in general. Xhaka wasn't wanted by Wenger. Wenger didn't ask for him, despite the fact Xhaka said over a year ago dialogue between the two started. But clearly you guys know more than me and definitely more than Wenger. So yeah, he's not. He's even come out with some comments that made me make this video because he said everything I said. He's not Fernandinho. He's not exactly DM, but he's more in charge of breaking down play. Matic the same. Kante the same. They're all box to box. They all have legs. They all know how to put a foot in. Xhaka does not have legs like them. Xhaka is not one of them. Xhaka should be partnered with one of them. Xhaka is a deep lying playmaker, number 6, which he's even said, and I've got it here for you. I'm what we call in Germany a 6, a deep lying playmaker. If you see him, you constantly saw him at the halfway line or just over the halfway line. He's not got the dynamic box to box aspect which Wenger is trying to get into him, and I believe we should have put an emphasis on making him more agile in pre-season. But to a degree, he needs to just stay with what he needs. He needs a Jack Wilshere box to box in a sense, or another partner, because he does get isolated and he's not the most agile and flexible and things like that. But back to the main point, Xhaka should be partnered with a Fernandinho, a Kante, and Matic. All of them are very good passers, better passers than football fans give them credit for because of their roles in the side. But why I would like them partnered to is because they've got engines, they've got legs, they can get around Xhaka, they can get close to Xhaka, they can win the ball back and let Xhaka thrive. Xhaka is somewhat the Santi replacement in the sense that he's not as dynamic as Santi. He's not going to hover around both-footed, receiving and recycling play, but he is going to dictate play like Santi. He's, like I said, he's not like for like. Ideally, you'd like them both because they're both calm in possession, but you get where I'm going. Now, he's normally in front of the back 4 or 5 if you count the keeper. Constantly one of the first that is back at the halfway line. That's why I said he should be a halfback for us. You say, if you go and look at Busquets, you see Busquets hovering between the centre halves and the midfielders. You see that because of the flexibility. Now you see why is it coincidentally that I think he's been playing well all season to a degree. I know, well, last season we know everything that's had. But why do you think when we switch to 3-5-2, Xhaka immediately is noticeable how good he's playing? You look at the 2 finals at Wembley. Why? Because of his lack of flexibility, he now has more people in midfield around him. He doesn't have to get up and down the sides of the pitch. He doesn't have to get up and down the pitch as much. He has people around him that can do that. Even if we look at 4-3-3, when it was Xhaka, Ox, and somebody else, I cannot remember, Xhaka looked better because there was people next to him. He's a great player, but he has weaknesses, and Arsenal are trying to make him this contributing box-to-box guy. He's always been that deep-lying guy that sits. You rarely see him. He hardly scores, but when he does score, it's a banger, as you've seen at Arsenal. Like, the guy is not that. He's also said, and I've got the quotes, I'm a player who likes to have the ball, dictate play. Fans plus the club knew that. That's why they signed me. Now, the fans that actually watched Xhaka and actually knew what Xhaka was about knew that he wasn't no defensive mid, in the same way that now you're seeing everybody, that same way. This is what annoys me about football. It's no harm in not to knowing a footballer. Just do your research, and even if then, I don't know every footballer. It's impossible. You can't know every footballer. You're seeing every small black centre mid compared to Kante. You're seeing people like Xhaka called defensive mids. They're not that. He was not bought for that. Wenger, to a degree, you could criticise Wenger because we do need a DM, and he went and signed the typical player we seem to always sign, this technically great centre midfielder. That's not Xhaka's fault. Xhaka is not that guy. Like I said, if you want to be technical and look at it at the very essence what a centre mid does, I'm sure you could say you could compare him to all of them. And like I said, Kante, Matic, and Fernandinho, these are just examples, but they're all completely different to Xhaka. They will all excel at breaking down play, and like I said, they're better passes and things like that, especially Fernandinho and Matic. They will always excel at that stuff ahead of Xhaka. But Xhaka will excel at multiple things that they can't do, dictating play. Yes, well, I've seen Matic dictate play, and Fernandinho can, but you get where I'm going, guys, if you're not trying to be technical. Like I said, fans that actually knew Xhaka, there's no harm in not knowing the player. I don't know every player. But fans that actually knew what Xhaka was and could actually use their brain and see what it is, you could see he's not a defensive mid. He's never going to be the Kante, the Matic, the Fernandinho's, that dominating force and that towering, that better for Arsenal fans, that Vieira. He's not. I think he has captain material, and he's definitely on the young side to grow here. But yeah, I just thought I'd make this video, guys, and just maybe, because he said it and I have direct quotes, And I'm reiterating the message. Maybe one of you out there will finally get it. But yeah, guys, Deluded Goon, I'm signing out. Thank you for watching. Get in the comments, subscribe. I'm out.